Hi, my name is Aurelia Reedus, and I am a digital cinematography student here at Full Sail University. And today, I will be taking you on a journey throughout the evolution of black cinema. What is black cinema? Black cinema is defined as African American films that are loosely classified as films made by, for, or about black Americans. American cinema is over 100 years old, and African Americans have been a part of it from the beginning. But that history of black cinema in America is a story that is rarely told. Born January the 2nd, 1884, Oscar Micheaux is noted as the first African American filmmaker. Micheaux started as a writer. His first novel, The Conquest, the story of an African American power, had a print run of 1,000 copies. 5 years later, Micheaux adapted his novel into 1919 film The Homesetter. Although now lost, the film is the first known example of race film. Following The Homesetter, Micheaux released it in 1920, Within Our Gates, which directly rebutted the blunt racism of D.W. Griffith's Birth of a Nation. Other films like The Symbol of Unconqueror and Body and Soul sought more to entertain. Micheaux film covered issues that were not being covered in films such as discrimination, lynching, and white supremacy. In 1914, Sam Lucas started in Uncle Tom's Cabin, becoming the first black actor to be cast in a leading role in a mainstream film. Before then, blacks were played by white actors in blackface. Bart Williams is also noted as becoming one of the first film stars from doing stage plays. William D. Foster, the Foster Photo Play Company in Chicago, was one of the earliest studios that featured African American cast for its films, including performers from stage shows at Robert T. Moss Perks Theater. Beginning in 1915, African American production companies partnered with independent film companies to create race films. The term race film typically emphasized self-improvement in middle-class volumes that foster an entire generation of independent African American filmmakers that helped establish a black cinema in America. Between 1915 and 1952, nearly 500 films were made in the United States by black directors. Most films were shown in the southeastern United States, where there were more theaters serving African Americans. During the 1950s and 60s, Sidney Poitier became the first black mainstream movie star. Poitier is also the first black actor to win an Academy Award for Best Actor. In the early 70s, Poitier turned to directing, only to later return to screen. Actress Hattie McDaniel also won an Academy Award for the Best Supporting Actress, becoming the first African American to win the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress. The LA Revelation Film Movement, also known as the Los Angeles School of Black Filmmakers, referred to several dozen young African and African American filmmakers who wanted to create independent black art house films. Charles Burner, 1978 film Killer or She has been held as landmark. 1992, Daughters of the Dust was the first full-length feature film by a black woman that was distributed nationwide. Both films were great context of the LA Revelation early days, committed to storytelling based on real experience. The 1980s is considered the turning point to black cinema. In 1987, actor, comedian, director Robert Townsend filmed Hollywood Shuffle created a buzz in Hollywood. Comedian Eddie Murphy began launching Murphy's blockbuster film career. During this time, actor Denzel Washington also marked his rise as an actor, portraying Steve Barker in 1987, Cry Freedom, and 1992, Spike Lee, Malcolm X. The late 80s and 90s heard the black cinema breakthrough led by Spike Lee. The motion pictures composed and coordinated by him, regardless of whether straightforward or blunt, all contain issues on racial profiling and its everlasting battle for equal supremacy. Lee used his own experiences living in a New York integrated neighborhood to help express the hidden, if not conflicting, messages on the ideals of racism between African Americans and their non dark New York City neighbors. Unlike most films that discuss the black race solely in poor and ghetto areas, Spike Lee films look on the range of social classes and demonstrate that ethnic problems do not just evolve around slums but in everyday middle class society. Remarks about the rebel race are seen in the 1990 movie Jungle Fever and his 1989 masterpiece Do the Right Thing. Key films of this post era also includes 1990 House Party by Reginald Hudlin, 1991 Boys in the Hood by John Singleton, 1992 Juice by Ernest Dickerson, 1992 Just Another Girl in the IRT by Leslie Harris, 1994 Jason Lyrics by Doug McHenry. These diverse films shone a light on Black American true experience. As cinema has moved more into the digital realm, the medium has become democratized, and new spaces for independent black storytellers have opened in the past decade to promising young talents such as Tim Story, 2002, Barbershop, Barry Jenkins, 2016, Moonlight, Ryan Coogler, 2013, Fruitville Station, 2015, Creed, and 2018, Black Panther. 2020, Ava DuVernay, A Wrinkle in Time. Each of these directors help push back barriers that inspire a new generation of black filmmakers. While black filmmakers are common and celebrated in Hollywood in the 21st century today, there are still a lot of work to be done.